trip, many times you only think about vacations, about changing the environment, about relaxing and having a good time. But for me, it has meant much more. It has changed my way of thinking, and above all, it has opened my eyes to new opportunities. Leaving my country not only expanded my vision of the world territorially, but also made me realize the different people and cultures that exist. As Henry Miller said, our destiny is never a place, but a new way of seeing things. I have had the opportunity to visit many countries, see other cultures, how their everyday lives, how they grow up, how they eat, and even curious things such as the types of bathrooms, the tables, the types of houses, among others. I had the opportunity to visit Morocco, where I was impressed by the way of life, which is so different from mine. An example is the discrimination that exists against women. This made me realize how blessed I am to live in a country where I'm not treated differently or belittled for being a woman. I also met people who still today are nomads. The sad thing is that these people are strongly discriminated against for being illiterate. This experience taught me to be more tolerant towards everyone and to get to know people before judging them. Jane Burke once said, "Traveling makes us more tolerant and flexible with ourselves, with others, and with our cultures." And in my case, traveling has influenced me that way. But I'm not the only one. There are many people who have changed due to their travels. One example is Francisco Ortiz, who said, "Traveling changed everything. I was a conservative young man, very ambitious, materialistic, and a bit superficial. Today, I'm a much more flexible, open, and tolerant person, much more focused on being than on having." He's very right by saying this, because each country had its own history and its own values that it can teach us. And each place makes you realize things that you may not have noticed before. For example, if you go to a more developed country, you come back with ideas on how to improve your country. And if you go to a less developed place, you start to appreciate what you have at home. Also, he said that one concentrates more on being than on having. And he's right, because you begin to realize that in the end, material can disappear overnight, but it is very difficult to lose yourself. I had the opportunity to see Rio de Janeiro. There I realized the difference between the social classes, since next to one of the most luxurious hotels in Rio is one of the largest favelas in Rio. This made me realize how lucky I am to have a roof with the assurance that it will not disappear overnight. Traveling not only changes our perspective on things, but also inspires us. As I said before, traveling has made me appreciate many things, but it has also given me ideas on how to improve the place where I live. A good example is transportation systems. Although I know this is not in my hands, I know how important it is to have an efficient transportation systems. Also security, because in Europe I was able to walk in peace and without fear that something might happen to me. One thing I've come to appreciate about Holland is the use of the bicycle, since it is not only a means of transport, but it also creates less traffic and is good for our health. In Copenhagen, I was able to appreciate that all the children, instead of bringing sweets, brought healthy snacks, and I think that should be implemented here. Traveling does not always have to be recreational. Its aim can also be to study, a study holiday. I experienced being able to study abroad, and there I realized how different it is to study at Oxford, and that in a way, it makes you a more independent person. First, because everyone is responsible for their food and managing their money. Second, because there it is not common to use private school buses, but public buses are used to get to school. And third, because there is much more protection for minors. In general, every time you have the opportunity to travel, regardless of whether it is outside or within the country, go with your eyes open to new opportunities. And I would like to end with this phrase: a traveler without the ability to observe is like a bird without wings. Thank you.